So
Okay, I want to weigh in on this, but I got to go for
this
1
is
second.
all
I'll be right back.
because this is also the end of the night for us. I mean, granted, I'm not going straight into work first thing in the morning like I normally would because there's a blizzard out there, but I still have to get up and think about work if it
Yeah.
dissipates between now and then.
Okay, so here's the thing. I like Matt Walsh sometimes, and then there are some times where I really want to punch him in the face. This would be one of the
This is
punch in
one
the
of
face
those times
times.
you just want to punch the guy in the face because he's an idiot.
Well, he's just a snob, honestly.
I guess that's the way to put it nicely. I don't
Yeah,
really care too much for Matt Walsh. So
when he's right, it's very funny because he's very dry and his humor is great. But it's just like when the thing is when he's saying something that you think is profoundly untrue. The thing about jokes is that to be funny, there has to be a grain of truth in it. If you feel that what he's saying is completely out of court, you're not going to find it funny at all. Ergo, this was kind of just irritating to me, and I was like, I think I got like maybe I don't know 5 minutes into it, and I was like, all right, dude, whatever. But yeah, this is, I mean, honestly, most of his pop culture takes are garbage. So,
yeah, I mean, he doesn't understand anything in that domain, and
well,
I'm not his biggest fan because of his anime takes. So,
yeah,
yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. He feels that there's an appropriate way to adults. And I'm like, look, I'm
yeah,
glad that you found what works for you, and that's great. And there are some things that are destructive to the culture, but the thing is that calling everything demonic and everything is just really not a way to win friends and influence people. And
yeah. For
I don't,
instance, he would take umbrage with this podcast and say it's a waste of time.
but I don't think that it is because of
But
the
I
fact that
don't
we're
think it
talking about.
is.
Well, we're talking about
I mean,
not just things that are happening, but we're talking about why they're happening and
yeah,
what this does to us as a people and as a culture and what is going to happen as a result of that. I think that it's thinking about why things exist and why things are the way that they are. So, I mean, you
and
can do this with anything though.
on top of that,
So,
we're also fighting the same war on the same
mhm.
side, but given his track history when it comes to anime, video games, and other stuff, he would just look at it and be like, "Oh, that's a waste of time. You need to do more this or that, or you need to go out and do this." And
like,
it's
like
just
I said,
like, but we're still
he's just
fighting the same damn war, dude. Cool off, calm
well, the
down.
thing is
It's
that he
okay.
doesn't
Just because
understand.
you don't enjoy it doesn't mean
Yeah.
other people don't.
Well, and the thing is that the thing that he doesn't understand is that this is part of the culture war. If he
Yes,
doesn't pay attention to this, he's going to lose an entire swath and a
exactly.
large swath at that of people
That's
and say, "Oh,
why
well,
there's
people
so
shouldn't
many
do that." Well,
people.
homie, they do. It doesn't
That's why
Oh,
matter
so
if
many
you,
people are fighting it on this front
yeah.
because if you don't create the culture, there's no culture to have
Well,
at that point. So
other
the
people
other
will.
side will win.
Yeah.
okay.
Then we'll have
So,
more stories like the new Star Wars all the time,
Ugh.
every time.
okay. So, Matt Walsh is a cancer on conservatism and art.
I just saw that coming.
Two, I'm. You might want to take this. Might be a bit of a personal personal attack. The way he treats art and children's stuff kind of makes me feel like he might be playing it up. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know the man,
Well, he does
but
play up
that is
the
not good
dour
parenting.
attitude.
That is not good parenting. And let me explain. I'm not saying he's a bad parent just because of one thing. He's probably a great parent. But his kids are going to see his takes and be like, oh, dad doesn't like what we like. That's going to
Well, they
create a
probably
divide.
don't like it because anyway. Listen.
Hmm?
If he parents the same way he preaches,
Yeah,
and I don't even know if he has kids or whatnot.
he
His
does.
kids aren't even going
He
to
has a
know
bunch.
much about this kind of stuff anyway, because he's not going to let them be exposed to it.
Well, they will be exposed to it if they're out in the
Yeah,
wild and
it's
they
going to
have
be
other
limited,
friends.
out in the wild, out with friends and stuff like that. But he seems like the type that he would homeschool. He'd be selective with who he's with. His kids will be selective or be, around who he's with.
Yeah, yep.
And if he's
He's going
going
to
that
shelter him
route,
from
because
life.
he talks about things, the public school system is trash, you need to homeschool,
Hmm.
things like that.
I mean,
If
I
he
agree with him
parents
there.
the same way, I mean, I agree with it too, but at the same time, if he parents the same way he talks, to the masses and whatnot, his kids are going to not like Sonic. They're not going to really care for anime or video games or anything else because they're not going to really have that around the house.
True.
But didn't he say that his kids actually enjoyed this movie though? I mean, he took them to see it.
Oh,
yeah.
But he was just
he did.
dour. Yeah,
That's
he
what
took
this
his
is
kids
about, my dude.
Well, okay. Well, I haven't
he took
seen
his
the
kids
video.
he's basically saying, I took one for the team, and this movie darn near broke me, and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
It's
you know
not
what?
that
It's okay. It's okay to enjoy
My
silly
kids
things.
loved
And
it.
I need to see 3. I was going to see it this weekend, but it got freezing.
no. I saw it. I've seen every Sonic movie like an adult, and yeah, I dragged my husband to see it because he is actually an adult. But
Women
yeah,
are
you know
just kids in adult bodies.
what? But I think that yeah, I liked it. I will say that there are moments in it I was like, oh, this is for children because it's a very simplistic message sometimes. You're like, okay, yeah, all right, I see what's going on. There's a you see Timmy moment, but I mean the thing is that the lessons are good and all of that, so yeah, it's fine. Jim Carrey was very Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and I will say this: when I saw like some of the promo stuff for Sonic 3, I am, and I still am very skittish about them having Gerald alive. And somebody has said, well, they're not going to, put him in front of a firing squad in a kids movie. And I'm like, why not? We sell Watership Down.
No, Watership Down will mess you up. No, don't do that. Do not do that. Watership Down, Redwall, don't do that to children. That is mean.
Listen.
I read Martin the Warrior as an adult, and I'm still sad. Like,
okay, listen. Yeah. Kids can handle Bambi. All right.
I didn't want to. I didn't enjoy that. I don't feel like what is even the point of that movie? What is the point of that movie? I'm actually asking.
I don't
Nobody
remember.
knows. Exactly. There's no point to that movie. It just exists. It's like, look, cute animals, then sometimes bad things happen. And then you grow up. Okay. And then Twitter patient happens, and then fires happen in the forest. Apparently you don't rake their forest. Anyway.
It must be Cali.
I'm sorry. You touched a sore spot. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. What I'm saying what I'm saying is that kids can handle dark themes. It's not about how the dark theme is in the movie, but what happens after that. I forget who it was. It was I forget. It was a movie guy. He said you can have a kids movie with the darkest stuff in it, and so long as there's a positive ending,
yeah,
it won't really affect the kids like all that because they're like, hey, Littlefoot's mom died, but they found the promised land,
the Great Valley,
Great Valley, yeah. So it's like, yeah, you can have those sad things.
Those Don Bluth movies were dark,
weren't they? By the way, I love talking to Mr. Bluth on X. He's great.
Dude, I've got to say, I've never gotten over There Are No Cats in America, though.
There Are No Cats in America. Oh, from
the first Fievel movie. So I never finished the movie American because I think I saw it when I was in daycare or something like that. But I think I got like maybe 5 minutes past that song. But that song has stuck with me to this day. It haunts me. It is messed up. There Are No Cats in America is the saddest, most depressing, cheerful sounding song.
I know. Like
the way all of their loved ones die horribly, I'm like, oh my gosh.
But it's an amazing.
A majority of these things that you guys are talking about.
But okay, look, I know it's dark. It's like, my goodness, because it's talking about the purge of purge of gypsies from Russia is what it's based off of.
I don't know if you can say that word. I might get banned on YouTube.
What?
Don't worry about it.
He'll let you know if he has a class.
The G word?
I'll let you know if they are a protected class in a few days.
But you can mention that they exist. Like,
are you talking about the G word?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
But gypsies
The
exist.
people
Like,
in
should we deny
Russia,
their personhood?
Yes.
I think so, because
That
if
seems
You
you bring
too.
wrong.
them up, they're a
It is
protected. They
wrong.
might be a protected class for all I know.
Well,
I'll
we
find
shouldn't
out
protect them from
eventually.
existence, though. We shouldn't erase them. You
I
two, don't
mean,
erase gypsies. How dare
the
you?
cats tried to.
Oh my gosh, there are no cats in America. Oh, the
But
worst one is the one where the guy was about to get married and his
oh,
wife goes into like the wrong place and then it closes and you see that there are teeth there and he's like, and all that's left is her tail, and it's like he catches her tail on a flower petal, and I'm like, this is
oh
so depressed.
yeah.
It
I
messes me
forgot about that.
to
Oh,
this day. I am messed up by that song. Like, I saw that when I was like 10. I am still not
I
okay, my
saw
guy.
that when I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, see, the thing is that I was old. The
It,
thing is, I wasn't 6 though. I was 10, so I was old enough to comprehend all of the horrible things that were happening. All the kids around me are like, "There's
okay.
no cats in America." I was like, "No, you don't
I-
understand what just happened."
Is it bad that like Don Bluth was my childhood and I watched all of this stuff
Oh, jeez. Okay, I know what that movie is.
100 times over? Like American Tail, Fievel Goes West, All
Okay, no,
Dogs Go
Bible
to
goes.
Heaven
Gosh, I haven't seen
was
that since I
my
was.
jam.
Okay, so by
Bible
the
Goes
way,
West
it
though was
just
so
registered
different.
what you were
Yeah.
talking about because I had to look up the song. I
Oh,
don't
no cats in
remember
America.
it. Yes. Like I'm
Oh,
over
if you
here
don't remember
lost
it,
in this
you were like very
conversation.
young.
But yes, I was very young. I
See,
remember watching the movie. I don't remember that song.
you had to be at a
But
very
now I have
specific
to
age.
watch it
Yeah, but
again.
watch
Okay.
it with your grown-up
Sit
eyes
down
and
with the kids.
understand all
The
of the messed
horrors.
up that is happening while these cheerful mice are singing along about no cats in America. And I'm just sitting here like, this is not okay. This is tonally wrong.
but
It's such a head trip. It's
but see,
crazy.
here's the thing. What I love about that is I'm a well-adjusted adult, and so
Are
are you,
you?
Meg.
Mm, okay.
At least well enough.
Well
I might be
enough.
over adjusted to be fair.
And what I'm saying is that we watched all this really messed up stuff. I
Mhm.
watched, but we're okay.
Oh, are you thinking that there's nothing dark in Sonic 3? Because there is.
Well,
Do you
yeah,
know?
Shadow.
Well, no, no. Do you know Shadow's story?
Yes, I know. I can't
They,
wait.
they,
I can't
Well,
yeah,
wait.
no,
wait.
Fuck
they,
them kids.
What is the story? The story is it different in the movie?
no, that's
No,
actually
it's the
no.
same.
It's pretty
Okay.
close.
It's
It's pretty
pretty
close to
spot
what they
on.
did in there. Yeah.
Though I think the only difference is here's the thing. I think they should not have had Gerald alive. I haven't seen it yet. I just know that he's alive. I think they should have did a off, out of sight, like he's tied up to the chair. He's resentful, just like they did in the game. And they say fire, and then they cut. You know what
Gerald.
happened? Yeah, the grandpa, or was that Ivo?
Oh, you're thinking of Ivo. Oh yeah. Oh, he goes too.
I was
So
gonna
don't worry
say
about it.
like
Okay,
Grandpa Robotnik.
yeah.
So Grandpa Robotnik does have a role to play, and it's fantastic. And they
Is it
if they
okay?
had if they had ended him like in the flashback or something, you wouldn't get the glory that is Jim Carrey playing both himself and his grandfather, and that is fun.
You know what the scary part is? I could see him doing that and it not really be that hard because I think that he said he said before that Jim Carrey is a role too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
He goes the
Oh,
full Carrey.
Gerald
So yeah.
Robotnik. So
You
that
notice
is his
how we
name.
just totally left Matt Walsh behind because fuck him?
Yeah.
Well, because the thing is that I mean, it's because of the fact that he's such a snob and
Yeah.
he's so full of
Yeah.
himself in this and like, oh well, I'm adulting properly. I'm like, yes, and in so doing you are leaving behind children. You are
Yep.
not paying attention to what it is that's going to drive the culture in the future. You are
He
irrelevant. You are basically only speaking to adults, and that's fine. Talk to adults, but don't poo-poo people who are speaking to children,
well
because
here,
that's like,
here
and people who are just have younger or different sensibilities, because they exist and they matter.
here's the thing. He is pushing he is the the meme where the guy pushes the guy in the center and he falls over
Yeah.
and he is that to the artistic community. He could bring people in from
Could he?
the. No, I'm saying
I mean, he could if he
I mean, the
wanted
best he
to, I
could do is
guess.
he could shut up. I mean,
no,
no, because
no, 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 no.
he
Before,
actively does not enjoy this stuff, and that's
well,
fine. Just say you don't like it. Just say it's not for you.
before all this, I'm
Hmm.
saying there was a crossroads. That way or that way. Which way, Western man?
Hmm.
And he chose the dark path, in my opinion.
Yeah, he
Where
chose violence for no reason. I was like,
well,
why, homie?
and
That's
that's what I'm saying is he could if he was like, this isn't for me, but I can see where you guys get enjoyment out of this. Because
Mhm.
look, there's a lot of stuff I am like, that is not my jam, but I can see why people like it. I don't
Yeah.
have to like it to understand it. He cannot understand it because he is that short-sighted.
Yeah, I
well,
have to agree with Chad on that one. He is the
yeah,
one who is actively pushing the person in the middle over
yeah,
to the
and he,
left.
Yeah.
well,
Because,
yeah,
oh, you like
well,
anime? Well,
and
you're
then
degenerate and throws them off to the side.
yeah,
You're
he
not
he
welcome
belittles
here.
people who don't like things that who like
Yeah.
things that he doesn't like. And
He,
the thing is that like there are things that I don't like and that I think are beneath me. Taylor Swift music, for example. But that's fine if you like it, then that's fine.
shake
I
it
think
off.
that your taste. Yeah, you know what? That is the one good song of hers. That song I will. I that song is a jam.
Yeah,
However,
she stole
her
it.
probably.
They
But the thing
No,
is
all
that
no,
most
it's a
of
cover.
so
most
Shake It Off's the
most
cover from another song.
listen, they're
most of
all
her music
covers at
is
this
is
point.
is benignly toxic,
Every
honestly.
song that is currently popular right now, there's probably 2 or 3 different versions from the past of the same song at this point.
Yeah, dude, I don't even
Well,
want to
at
talk
this
about
rate,
that.
they're
That's a
So
whole can of
to the
worms.
well,
point
at
that
this
you can
rate, they're
make
all
TikTok
AI.
videos showcasing all 3 or 4 iterations of the song. And you go from Generation Alpha all the way to Grandpa dancing to their own versions at this point.
Yeah. Well, I listen
Anyway,
to like swing
Yeah.
music from the 40s, so
80s, 90s rock, early 2000s a little bit, but
eh. I mean, I do when my husband does, but if it's just me, I'm probably listening to swing dance music because I'm awesome.
I do like big band music. Like, have you ever heard of Zoot Suit Riot?
Yeah.
Love that song. Love that song. I love that big band energy.
So you're like
Anyway,
a fan of
Anyway,
like Big Bad Booty Daddy?
yeah, yeah.
damn Buddha.